And we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for you there.
Yeah.
And we'll deal, and I'm just trying to do them randomly here. So I pick them out 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 more over here and 5 over here. Now, these here are our response cards, and I've shuffled these already, in fact. So we're going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those to Paola, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these to me over here. And I'm now going to explain to you how you play the game. Because in a normal card game, you would play 1 card on your turn. But that's not how it works here. Okay. So if we start here with our open pile here, and we start with that card. Now, we're going to play this as an open game here. So what we know about this card here is that it tells us that we have to find a card which contains less than 3 of either a heart or an orange. Now, if we look here at the cards that I've got here, well, you can see here, if I lift this one up here, that card there has no oranges on it at all, so we can play that one as our response card to that. What we then do is we then set the challenge for the next person. And that one there will tell that person, the next person, that they have to lay a card which has got either 6 or more red shapes or 6 or more diamonds. It doesn't have to be both of them. It's going to be one or the other, and if it appears more than one time, then that's fine as well. And you found something?
So yeah, I mean, well, go for it.
Okay, you can put that one in there. So we're going to put that on top of our pile now. So now what you're going to do is you're going to set the challenge for me.
Okay. So for instance...
if you were to put this one down here,
but that's
I'd have to have one. Well, there are. So this is a game, by the way, of probability. So I can immediately put that on there to match that. This is a game of probability. Now, where we created this, we wanted to work out how easy or difficult we should make it. So there is always, for a difficult card, at least a 22% chance that you will be able to match that card, and up to 60% for your easy cards. This is a wonderful game for anybody that loves card games, and in particular, if you like games like Uno or Set, you will love this, but it's completely different to those. It's just going to appeal to the same people. That is suited, and that is also an award-winning game as well.
It is an amazing game. I'm already, you know, and now, Gavin, I want every single one of them, and I'm sure at home they are thinking of, oh, you know, you are doing the same. We are incredibly busy. Please do check out your baskets. Now, this is the Happy Puzzle company that Gavin has, you know, created. It's your company, and therefore, you know, take the most advantage of having these beautiful puzzles, the beautiful games, that they are here now. The delivery is guaranteed for Christmas if you order right now. Your item number 7305714 suited, and it has got a Freedom member. Look, for £11.69.
Wow!
If you're a Freedom member, it is an amazing low price.
That's a serious offer.
It is for an amazing, amazing game, and the hours of enjoyment that you are going to have with this. Do not hesitate. You know, do not think too much about it to make the most of this amazing offer that we are in the festive Freedom event. Now we are so that's suited. We are going to talk about the amazing clock case here. Now, can you talk us about how it works?
Yes.
Gavin?
Now, this is a real wind-up working clock. Now, obviously in the best history of doing things like this, here's one I made earlier. Hopefully it worked. Now, what I want to warn you here is that the ticking will drive you a little bit insane on TV, because obviously the mics pick up everything, but hopefully it will start. See, okay, you know, of course, this is definitely what's going to happen. It's not going to work because I basically forced it to stop before because the ticking was driving you mad. However, once you have built the amazing clock kit, it will work. The bell will ring as it goes around. I might be able to keep this around so you can hear the bell ringing there as it goes around, and it will hold its time for up to 6 hours. Now, the reason it's only 6 hours is because this is something which has been designed for children aged from 5 upwards, to teach them how a clock really works, so that they understand how the cogs go round, how they make the pendulum swing, and so on and so forth. So the actual mechanism needs to be of a certain size in order for it to be safe, and the unwinding process for it, therefore, only takes 6 hours. But that does mean that if you do it first thing in the morning, then when you get back from school, hopefully it will still be going around as you go. You can take it apart, build it again. And this is something really, really nice, by the way, for parents or grandparents to do with their children and grandchildren, because it is a traditional kit to be able to do. And I think the nicest thing about this is that once you've actually built the clock, you've got it to put on your shelf as a real trophy of what you've created. Yeah. It's a lovely kit. Now, you get 31 pieces that come inside, and I just wanted to show you here. This is what it looks like when it's a flat pack inside there, and you simply open up the lid. Oh, it's sealed there with the little pin there. You open it up, and all the pieces come out like that. That's everything you need to build it. And then you get your little booklet inside there, and in as few as 13 steps, with glorious pictures identifying everything as you go through. It really is straightforward to build, and not only to build, but to understand what you're doing as you go through, and to give that child something really worthwhile to put on their shelf. And on Christmas Day, when everybody's falling asleep, what better idea to actually stop the children from running riot than to sit down and do a kit like this for them. This is a really magnificent kit and something which is highly, highly recommended.
Now, if you want to go for the amazing clock kit, your item number is 258430. And there you have it, the amazing clock kit. You remember, you are going to get all the pieces so you can build it together. And I think, is it up for children from age 5? From
age 5 and up. We generally recommend it's about 5 to 15 years old.
Perfect. Your freedom price is £13.49 and includes P&P. And remember, if you order it right now, if you check out right now, there is warranty delivery before Christmas, so it can be a lovely Christmas present. You know, to do something together as well with the, you know,
absolutely.
You know, for instance, I'm thinking with my niece who is 7 years old, she would enjoy to build it up because she kind of has that scientific mind.
Absolutely.
Now we have got also something that I'm thinking again for my niece, because you know, I love my niece very much, and she's 7 years old. She loves crafting, but of course, you know, she doesn't really like. I have got a lot of crafting things, even in Spain, but this is perfect because we can start her young with something that is a self-contained kit.
That's right. So this is the amazing flower kit, and this is a vase that I picked up earlier with some flowers that I made inside there. Now, this is basically made out of foam sheets. With the pieces that pop out and straws. Now, there's an important thing to mention here, because a lot of people say, well, hang on a second, aren't these plastic straws? They are plastic straws. However, these are not something you should consider to be a problem. The problem with plastic straws that you use for drinking is the single-use element.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with plastic straws that you're going to keep and use again and again and again. And so I've got some example flowers here to show you. These have literally just been built just before we came on air here. So you can see they're really easy to do, just from the pop-out pieces like that, and then you can put them together to make a lovely bouquet and a lovely arrangement like that. And of course, the really good thing about this is that it's also educational. You hold on to those for 1 second, Carla, that's fine.
Thank you for the flowers.
Here is the book, which has got all of the instructions that you need inside, and what it's going to do is guide you through all the different types of flowers that you can make, and it tells you about those flowers as well. So you've got the daisy and you've got the primrose, and if you flip over here, you'll see you've got the gerbera and the edelweiss. It tells you all about the flower, as well as showing you how to build it and the colours that it recommends. There's a dahlia and there is a daffodil as well, and if you turn over to see the last two, you've got a poppy and you've got an orchid as well. I have to tell you, those orchids are quite challenging to build. I found the poppy actually quite challenging as well, because you've got to do those bits going round and round. I know, they're really, really cool. So what you get in the kit is as follows. There are 8 different types of flowers to build, and you've got 48 flowers to build in total, so you can actually make 6 of each of the 8 of them. Just from the Eva foam strips that you've got, and as you can see from here, they just pull out nicely, and they've got little holes in the middle, and then with your straws, they literally just pop apart and go inside like this. And once you've actually built them, then of course you can build them again and again. You don't have to do them just once. So if we find another little a little bit to go inside like this, like here. I don't know, I mean, I'm just making this up as I go along, really, but you can do that, because that's one of the nice things about this.
That's what you are showing, is that you have got instructions to create more or less the right flower, but you can then let the child be creative.
Correct. You can create your own flowers, your own colours, however you want to do it. Can I just say, I have such admiration for anybody who can do craft live on TV while they're thinking about what they're going to say
exactly.
next.
It is. It's
while
more
they're talking.
difficult than it looks like.
Are we on
Definitely.
there?
So I'm going to give you the details for the amazing
While I
flower cake.
multitask.
Yeah. The item number is 021344 £14.99.
That's it. £14.99.
I know, right? And you create and of course with the freedom price, £11.99, and includes PMP. It is an amazing deal, of course. Now. 20%. It's a 20% discount on the freedom price. So
no
it
way.
is amazing. If you please make the most of this amazing event, the festive freedom, which means that items throughout the hour, live hours, have got freedom prices. Now, of course, we started the hour with the Genius Square, and of course it is an amazing game. I'm already hooked on it, and here there is a video that shows us how you can play it. And it is an incredibly priced as well. One of the things is amazing games, but so affordable.
Absolutely. And in an age where children are hooked on screens and mobile phones and PlayStations and everything else, it's really important that we get families back to doing traditional games together. And there is no better way of doing that than with the Genius Square. This game is an award winner. It got to the final of the Game of the Year in America this year. It's only been out for a year. And across the world, it's already sold over 100,000 copies.
Now, I have to tell you that we are playing on a larger scale one because of TV purposes. The one that you are going to get is a table size. Like, I think it's actually the one that you can actually take on a train, for instance.
You can take it on a train, you can take it on a plane.
Yeah, so it is the kind of, I would think, is the perfect size. However, for display purposes, Gavin has brought us this one so you can see everything very clear. Otherwise, it would have been on the screen a little bit, weird.
Because there are going to be some viewers that have joined us during this hour, I'm going to explain this again. This is the most wonderful game of all the games I've ever played, which is over 5,000 of them in the last 27 years. This is by far the best of them. It was devised by an Algerian mathematician who found us and told us about it. We went, yeah, everyone in the world is going to want to play this game. This is definitely the next Rubik's Cube. So what we have here is we have a grid which has on it 36 squares, and we have 7 dice, and we're going to roll the dice, and when we roll the dice we will get 7 different coordinates. Now there are 62,208 different ways in which the dice can fall, and as soon as they've fallen we take our little pieces like these, our round pieces which are called blockers, and we block off those coordinates. So we've got A3 and we've got C4 and we've got F4 and we've got D1 and we have got C5 and we've got B6 and we've got the one that I obviously can't say, A6. There you go, A6. So are you ready?
No, I'm not. Apparently I
Put them in here, that's fine. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to race against each other to try and get these 9 shapes in here so that we can actually fill the rest of the grid. Are you ready, Paola?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. So the way that I play this is to try and get rid of the complicated shapes first of all, but other people don't necessarily do that. It really is, oh, you know what, I'm going to put that in there. It looks a bit better. You want to try and keep your options as open as you can. So if you get rid of the complex shapes as early as possible, you can see what I'm doing here is I'm shutting off areas.
Yes!
No way!
Yes!
Wow! Well done.
Yes.
Well done. And what is that feeling like?
Great.
If you buy one game in the whole of your life, buy this game. I promise you, your whole family will love it. Yes. It's not difficult, but that's the whole point. It's a speed thing. It's about trying to beat the person who you're playing with,